What's up, boys? I've seen a few people asking around in the Discord about doing the level 60 Classic Scout a few times and saying it's really difficult, so I'm going to try to put together a little build here that can accomplish that pretty easily and without too much hassle. And I think probably focusing the boomerang will be the easiest way to do that. It's a pretty strong AoE weapon with a lot of coverage, and you can also get the XP collection utility on it, which also synergizes very nicely with the spiral effect. I think you could do it with the deep core, but it might be a little bit harder to pull off. That looks kind of weird with the crystal coming out of it there. I'm going to ignore the nitro for now since that will make me level pretty quickly. I'm going to get as much gold as possible just to maximize my chances of re-rolling into it. And then for weapons to go with that, the cryo grenade would actually be very good. That would get you throwable tag for more reload speed and damage, as well as a lot of freezing power. Of course, you have stuff like the taser, and I think one other one for the base scout. Maybe I'm just thinking of the boomerang, which I'm already going. I know the recon gets a lot more with like the stubby and stuff. I guess I could grab that. Getting the electrical conversion on it would be okay, but it doesn't have a ton of synergy with the boomerang and stuff here. Probably finish this quest and get a decent boost of gold, but I'm getting fairly close to 5 now. Let's see, probably not going to be able to get any more since I'm a sliver away from 5 now. So looking for the stun sweeper. Oh, the plasma carbine would be very good as well if you get that up to 18. Could go there. Probably should have. I don't think 80 for re-rolling was really worth it, but too late now. Yeah, plasma carbine would also be a great weapon to solo carry you. At level 18, it's just a free win when you convert it into a shotgun, and it fires an absolute ton of bullets everywhere, bouncing off of everything. And if you get the slowing plasma on top of that, then it just instantly freezes everything as well. And that one actually does synergize a bit with the deep core. They're both medium, granting you reload. Red Sugar's actually pretty good early on, but it's probably not going to pass up some squinties. Let's get, I guess, some early XP, so that the people always saying that I'm taking the wrong upgrades and not taking enough XP won't say anything. Let's get the reload speed. Pretty good stat for boomerang and all the weapons that just instantly start reloading after throwing them. The biggest issue with this is that if you get a shellback on the first floor, it is very hard to target them without having the spiral pattern. Once you get the spiral pattern, you just hit enough of the screen that you're naturally going to be causing a lot of damage all over the place, and you don't have much of an issue causing damage to them. But I got 2 slashers here. Should be a bit more nitro. Oh yeah, I skipped some at the top, didn't I? To keep my level down for a bit. Yeah, you get a bit of XP for all the stuff you're mining, so if you get the nitro really early, you might not really be able to get some rerolls. Let's go ahead and pull them into some detonators. They're not going off. Let's take the boomerang every time to try and get the spirals and the XP collection going. That was a magnet, yeah. so I can save that for a bit later. And the Recon's passive movement speed actually does help avoid stuff pretty nicely, but I'm going to need to get some damage on those guys pretty soon. See if I can get some detonators going now. Probably didn't hit them too many times there, but it wasn't really going off. I'll get some damage for that. Save some gold for the shop since I had to use so much on the rerolls. Another boomerang.
Get it wrapped up, miner. The longer you stay, the harder it gets.
Can maybe go for that a bit later. It's kind of hard to get them in one go since it takes like 8 hits or something. Another boomerang. Another boomerang into the overclock. We did not get the spiral pattern, so I guess I'm going XP first since I kind of want that combo for the level 60. Status is okay. The boomerang does apply quite a bit, but I might want a bit of power here, and getting that up to the electrical conversion would be nice. Bolt Shark is okay at debuffing. It would get medium, which is not great for me though. Cryo is very nice, so I'm glad I did that one reroll. Let's get probably reload speed if they're close. That also affects the status-based stuff, whereas damage doesn't. So I think if they're close, reload should be a bit better than damage. Some more explosions, and then I'll go for the rocks now. Let's get some early pickup. Paint shot to help push the overclocks on that big crit. Go for some rocks now, hopefully that'll hit the elites. And then I can go for the magnet real quick. Some nice reload speed for all throwable stuff. They are getting very ramped up, so let's not mess around too much. Decent reload, sure. Grab a decent level over a basic upgrade. I'm gonna take some movement speed since I haven't gotten much there, and then taser is solid. That gets me electrical and light. Let's get... I honestly might want some levels on that just to give me some crowd control. They're both pretty good, but I don't mind that for a throwable base build here. I'll take a blue for that. Take another cryo grenade level, I think. Having a lot of crowd control with the cryo grenade stuff will make the build a lot simpler and easier to play, I think, for the people who are struggling with objectives like this. So getting the triple for that would definitely be pretty nice. That's a cheap level. I don't have a lot of gold, so might just take this and save some nitro for now. I think those two probably are the main weapons here.
Nice. I'll take it.
Load up and get going, miner. We have quotas to fulfill.
Potency for that is not bad. I might want some overclocks to get the sidearm, but I also might want more throwable damage. So I think you are guaranteed to get the spiral by level 12. I've done several boomerang runs and I've gotten it on all of them, I think. I'm not 100% sure on it, but that's just what it seemed like so far. 50% range stable overclock is additive with the 400% from the spiral pattern. So taking those together makes very little change for that one, but that one is very good with the 400% to make it hit almost the entire screen. And they'll just sit around there, siphoning up all of the XP and materials for you. I don't have any mining speed, and it's pretty important for this map, although I do like potency on that for better debuff power. Let's try and get into a spot where the boomerangs will collect all that XP for me. I can see what that gives me. No electrical, so that is pretty bad. I think I'm gonna pass on that because it will kill the elites faster, and you kind of do need to farm a bit to make sure you can hit level 60. It's only something you do when you know you're strong enough to handle scaling them up for a while, but I have the double crit artifact, and I can get pickled nitra for very high damage on top of that. That might actually kill elites too fast though, and it'll make it harder to explore. I might grab it later on. But the combination of that with squinties would just give me absolutely insane damage, and I would just kill stuff too quickly, I think. Might still be doable with the XP collection on the boomerang. Let's go ahead and try and push that up to 18. Well, that would waste some levels, but those are basic anyways. So let's go ahead and grab the doubled effect for that. I still need to try disposable tech at some point, but just straight up doubling them and applying more status effects as well as collecting XP a bit better is always going to be good. Yeah, one of the top tips for playing this map, I would say, is to make sure you get some decent mining speed if you can. It allows you to move around the map so much faster and probably even collect a bit of extra resources throughout the run. So you're probably getting any of the stats you lost back anyways. Potency. I'll grab some reload speed here. Potency is probably the weakest stat I could get for that on this run. Since I have the crit artifact, I'm going more for hit damage. And I should have decent shock stacks increasing my crit further as well. Well, I mean, without the electrical conversion, I just don't think it's going to do very much. If I can get sidearm on that, that's going to make a way bigger difference for the run. If I had gotten the electrical conversion on it, I definitely would have taken that. But it's just hard to find a specific conversion on that weapon. Big throwable damage for the two main weapons. Reload speed for light is pretty nice. Pickup radius is helpful, but I just don't think it's necessary with the double XP collecting boomerangs. Reload speed will also kind of give me some XP collection since the boomerangs are firing out more and collecting XP more. So it kind of does the same thing, but also gives me damage. Let's go with some cryo grenade. I'd still like to have the triple effect on that for a lot of crowd control and some pretty good AoE damage. Big XP gain, that is certainly helpful for a run like this, even though at level 43 it probably doesn't do that much. Oh yeah, the blue one that I took early on actually might have been the correct play anyways then for the run. Getting it that early, I think it was worth it.
Well done, Miner. We knew we could trust you to go it alone. Stage 2 completed.
Paint job will get me an overclock here. Got the sidearm, so that weapon's finished. Very nice. Throwable damage. Sure.
Nope. Try again.
More throwable. Big reload speed, definitely. I don't mind some movements.
Yeah, I'm feeling lucky.
Luck? I haven't really gotten anything there. Bit of cryo grenade. And then a bit of reload since I'm almost out.
There's beasties to shoot and work to be done. Get to it, Miner.
That might be better than a Korean. I'm not sure. I think there actually is a spreadsheet where you can put your weapons and your current upgrades and stuff linked in the Discord somewhere, but that's a little bit too tryhard for me. But if you really want to min-max your stats and see what is the biggest upgrade for you out of your current choices, you can use that.
Swarm detected. Get ready. They'll be with you shortly.
Another luck, sure. I am already pretty high level though, but there's quite a few shops left still. So these are pretty bad. I believe that one is still multiplicative, so I guess I'm going Nitro Scanner for a few extra weapon levels here. I may as well take a purple XP, even though I know I'm going to hit 60 easily. But it fits what I'm doing here and would make it slightly easier for people who are struggling with the objective. Big reload speed into an overclock. We got the triple. Fantastic AoE damage and crowd control. It'll make the build a lot easier to play. Let's go with some more cryo, maybe? I could get explosion size or some good reload speed at the next overclock. Both of those would be a decent improvement to it. Yeah, I think the biggest issue for completing this run will be trying to get the boomerang to deal with these shellbacks on the first floor. So you might have to try a few times until you either don't get the shellback like I did on this run, or you get the spiral pattern pretty early. You can sometimes try and pull them through detonators, but it's kind of hard to hit them consistently with anything. I've heard you can try to bait them out for the supply pod to smash them with that as well. I would need another 3 levels. Might be okay, but that's just guaranteed decent value. I've tried to drop supply pods on them a few times, and it usually just went poorly for me. They spin around for a while, and then once you let them get close to you, then they will stop spinning, so like that, since he's been spinning a while. So you have to try and get him to stop spinning like very close to the supply pod, which has always seemed a bit difficult to me. May as well grab some more XP gain, I guess. Got the lucky 777 boomerangs here. Grab some more boomerang stuff, some cryo grenade, reload speed, or throwables. Potency is pretty cheap there. I can maybe get a green plus a nitro upgrade. I don't really need upgrades for that though. Can't really get much else if I reroll now.
Clear. Get to it.
I guess I should go over artifacts a bit as well. Getting the red sugar cube for the scaling HP on the first floor, or the second one still, is pretty nice. That'll give you a lot of survivability throughout the run. The ammo rig would be pretty bad, I think, for the version of the build I'm doing here. I'll get a second overclock. I have a ton of XP already. Let's go with the reload speed and damage for a ton of raw stats. Yeah, the ammo rig would literally only work on the deep course, so that would actually be detrimental here. Pickled Nitro would ensure that you have enough damage for the entire run, basically no matter what. But you would have to be good about spinning your Nitro between the floors. If you carry some into the next floor, you're going to be extremely slow. The life at Region 1, the rations, I think it is very good, since a lot of this run is actually just making sure you don't die. It's pretty simple as long as you can stay alive and get the XP collection on the boomerangs. I don't really need overclocks on that now with the sidearm already. The pretzel is pretty nice for survivability. as you get lower on HP, it gives you a lot of armor. And if you have any way to increase your HP, then it'll make you a lot more stable as you're getting lower on HP. If I can pull some of the detonators a bit close to the wall there, then they might explode and help me finish it off. We are starting to get some lag with all that, so let's turn the dot numbers off. The boomerang hitting that many enemies is probably not doing me any favors. It's not bad, but I mean, I'm about to finish it on this floor anyways. So those are pretty hard to use. I think I've done most of the sugar on this floor, but whatever, little bit of extra HP. Decent movement speed. Oh, there's a shellback, gotta watch that spray. Decent potency, sure. You know, what would be really cool is if the weapons that had pull effects, like the level 18 cryo grenade and like the plasma charger, if the pull effects on them were also improved by potency, that would be pretty funny. Do I really need luck at this point? Probably not, but those are pretty bad anyways. That puts me at 54. And the objective is completed on the 4th floor, and you can actually die now. The objective is complete as soon as you get it, as long as you already have the win for the floor done from another run. Another boomerang damage, sure. Or as long as you have that objective done, period, at any time. I think I might have worded that in a way where it sounded like you needed to have it done ahead of time for that to work. But you can do all of the objectives on different runs, and you don't need to win on that run to have a specific objective count for you. Let's get some damage. A couple more levels could push that up to 18 for the higher explosion and some pull.
Gimme.
Ah, sure.
I rarely pick one of these. What else we got? Tough choice.
Crit chance, that works on the boomerang mainly.
Next.
Ooh, there we go, that'll bring it up to 18.
Harder, but looks
And
fancy.
definitely not the favorite here. I like that for some extra crowd control and to make it hit better. Crit damage is slightly cheaper and probably pretty similar.
It's a little extra special.
Bit of nitro
What
left
else?
over. I guess we're grabbing potency.
Hell yeah.
This is it. Destroy the cocoons and take out the dreadnought. Good luck, miner.
I think the luck for this run was a bit above average. Had pretty good artifacts, could have gotten the pickled nitro there for insane damage with the squinties. It did take me like 80 gold or something to get the boomerang, but even with that, it's still pretty clean and simple. And I should end up in like the mid to upper 60s, so there's quite a bit of leeway there as well. Another boomerang damage, sure. I usually save the supply pod until the boss is about to come out. In case I get pickled nitra, I'll have my full movement speed for a while longer. For the pay to win console, the gold will last a lot longer. Just grabbing a bit of nitra in case I get any of the scaling stuff with that, pickled nitra or the powder. It's also nice to have some room to kite against the boss. Sometimes their ranged abilities can be a bit annoying to avoid if there's a lot of elites or anything near you. About to come out, so I should head over there now. Got the twins. When the screen starts shaking like that, you know the melee guy's charging and he can hit you from a bit off of screen, so it's good to watch for that. And like I said, fire rate only applies to this one, so the movement speed kind of cancels that out. I guess some status damage. It'll be hardest for me to hit the range guy, so I'll try and stay a bit closer to him. Yeah, the screen shakes every time he starts charging, and he can hit you from a bit off the screen with that sometimes, so it's good to watch out for that. The extra movement speed from the recon scout makes this quite a bit easier. And I have plenty of XP, I guess a bit more potency on that. Let's see if I can pull them through some detonators over here. And the boomerangs will slowly whittle them down with this spiral pattern, hitting so much of a large portion of the screen. I don't words good right now. I think they're low enough I don't have to worry about the HP difference now. So you can just focus on one of them and then that'll make the fight a lot easier if you want. When enemies are frozen, you can run through them and they won't damage you, so having a pretty strong cryo grenade's pretty helpful at certain points in the run. And I could probably even get level 68 here with a bit of farming. So, final stats, pretty low HP, decent armor though, some okay movement speed, decent reload, pretty good crit chance and damage, bit of status randomly, pretty good amount of XP, early squinties was nice, gold tipped is okay, nitrous scanner maybe a few extra levels, red sugar is pretty bad at that point, and then the healing was useless. But mainly just scaling up the boomerang, pretty solid carry weapon, and it gives you the very nice XP collection utility. Cryo grenade is a fantastic pairing with that, getting you the throwable upgrades as well as a ton of crowd control and some decent AoE damage. And then the other stuff isn't super important, but getting the sidearm for that's pretty nice for a big damage boost to everything else. Deep Core unfortunately didn't get the electric conversion, but it probably wouldn't have been that much higher. I didn't really have many electric upgrades there anyways. But yeah, big work on the boomerang and cryo grenade, and that's about all I was focusing there anyways. Let's see, how much for the electrical dot? That's about 23, so about 3 million, bit over 10% of what they did. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.